So then we got the real fun. So now we come across to automations. And again, we can create as many automations as you want. You can add some labels here to keep everything clear, say what list it is or what function it is. However you want to create it, you can create as many labels as you like, just to clearly show you what they are. So if we just go to a basic sales funnel here, so we just click on this funnel. So obviously if we want to create a new, we create new, but in this case here, I'll just click on an existing one. So this sales funnel is basically somebody's already been presented with a free download. They opt in with their email to get that free download. When they do that, and this is done in Thrive Themes, so you can do that in your forms that are up here. I join them to the list, but then I also give them a tag. So in the case of this, when they sign up to get that download, they get tagged with this tag here, membership sales mixing opt-in. And then what we do is we create this funnel or automation and we add a trigger. So in my case, I would add a trigger that says a tag is added. And then we find the tag that we wanted. So in my case, we find whatever the tag is, okay? They'll all come up as long as you've got the tags already pre-created. So a little bit of planning is worthwhile doing here, working out your tags. So in my regard here, I do a few different ones. Obviously KDW is sort of the short name of my business. Then I'll do a colon, and then I have trig, which is short for trigger. I'm using this trig one for any tag that is used to trigger the start of an automation. Then I have a status one, and a status one is basically where it's just a tag that it changes the status of a person, all right? It doesn't trigger an automation. It just shows that they've, say, completed something, or they're in progress in something, or they've bought something, or they've gone to this level, or whatever it is. And then if I have a shop on here, like a WooCommerce or something like that, then I also have a shop option that shows that they have purchased something. And then obviously I put a little description of what it is and I guess the function of it. So in this case, this person here it's a trigger and they've booked a mixing service. Or this one here is a status, they've completed a mixing service. Or status, mixing service is currently in progress. In this one here, you got a membership sales mixing opt-in. So they've opted in, it's a trigger, it starts a funnel. And then you can configure that to either run once or run multiple times. Now, why you might do that is you might have an automation where you need, there's a possibility that clients can come back into that funnel from the start again. But you might have other funnels like this one here, where it's a sales funnel that is only based on that opt-in. So really the client should only ever come into this funnel once. So if that's the case, then you'd set it to once. But if it's a different funnel, like you're using it for a booking system or something like that, then you might set it to multiple times because a client can come back into this automation over and over again. You can then do some segmentation as well on this trigger. So, it will depend on what you're picking, but anybody with this trigger, but then you could segment them down to in the last month or whatever you want to do there. You've got many options with triggers. And you can see here all of the possible triggers that you can use. There's lots here and even more if you're buying the advanced product. So replies to emails, forwards emails, shares emails, subscribes to a list, submits a form, opens an email, tag is removed if you want to do some sort of checking of why they've been removed a tag. So plenty of options there, but you can also set these to run without a trigger at all. And the reason you would do that is if you're actually going to create different funnels, and the only way for a client to get into that funnel is because another funnel sends them to that automation. So there's no actual trigger. They get manually put into that automation funnel by something else, either by yourself manually or by another automation funnel. So if you look at this automation funnel here, like I said, we've got a tag. So when a client gets this tag applied, which is a sales mixing opt-in, they get put into this automation funnel. They'll instantly get sent the first email. They will then wait for a day, and you'll see here we've got 6 clients sitting here queued at this one wait for a day. And then once they've waited a day, they'll get the next email, and then they'll wait another day. So there's another 6 in the queue. They'll then get the next email, and then they'll wait another day, another email, another day, another email, depending on how long your sales funnel is. So in my case here, I've got 7 emails, and with each one, I'm waiting a day before I send the next email. Now, at any stage in that process, I've also got a goal here, and this goal is basically for anybody that has paid for a membership and joined my membership. And again, I'm basing that on tags. So when somebody actually pays to join my membership, they will get a tag applied. And in this case, again, it could be a trigger, it could be a status, whatever it is. So I've got all these different membership levels. If they get any one of these tags, they will automatically reach this goal. And what that means is that wherever they are in this automation funnel, they'll instantly jump down to this goal, right? Because once they join, we don't want to keep sending them sales emails. So they can skip everything and go to this goal. And then we add another tag to say they've finished this process, and we remove the original opt-in tag. Other features you can do here. So at the end here, I also do an if else. Okay, so you've got all your options on the side here. As you can see, you've got sending options. You can send an email, send an SMS, notify somebody, send a site message, but that's an advanced feature. You've got some conditions. So you've got your waits, which is what I was doing here. Wait for 1 day. You can set that value to anything you like. I've got an if else, which is what I've got here. And you've got some splits, so you can do split testing, go-tos, so you can send people to different locations. You've got the goal, as I showed there. Start an automation, so this is where you can actually send somebody manually to another automation. You can end this automation at a certain point. You can end other automations, so you can actually take people out of other automations from this automation. You've got a webhook there, and then you've got some contact stuff here. So you can subscribe them to another list, unsubscribe them from a list, update a contact. You can add tag, as I've done here. You can remove a tag, as I've done here. You can add a note, a score, and then some other Facebook advanced features again, which are in the upgraded versions that I don't have. So in this regard here, what I'm doing is I'm doing a check to say, does the contact match the following conditions? Are they currently in the automation membership offer? Click follow up new. And if they're not, I then enter another automation, which is a new client check 2, and then I end this automation. If they are in this other automation, then I just end this automation and don't go through the new client 2. And the reason I do that is because this automation here will also have a new end client 2. The reason I'm doing this check is because if we look at these emails, so if I open one of these last emails here, so all of these emails are doing a different thing. For instance, I'll give you a preview. This first email here is actually thanking them for joining, and it's giving them the download link for the free product that they opted in for. Obviously, they've opted in for a free product, so it's a pretty good idea to give it to them. And then I've got another email here, which then I actually reward them with another free download that they can grab, which they didn't actually ask for, but I'm giving it to them. And various things like that. So I'm giving them links to free blog content, sort of warming them up, getting them used to my material, you know, usual sales pitch type thing here, presenting them with some videos and that sort of stuff. And then we get down to the end here, we start to actually sell them on some stuff. So if I actually edit this last email here, and we scroll down here, so these are all hyperlinks. If we actually look at this hyperlink here, I have an action. So if somebody clicks on that link, they get a tag applied to them, which is a membership offer clicked. Okay, so they get that tag applied to themselves. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and what I'm going to show you is I have another automation. Just find it. Which is a membership offer clicked follow-up. And what you'll see here is that the trigger for entering this automation is to have that tag offer clicked applied. So in this automation here, we send them an email. If they click on that URL, they get a tag. That tag adds them to this automation. And that's why I'm doing this check down here, because if they've clicked, then they've gone into another automation. So I'm basically just ending this automation because they're still in another automation. If they didn't click, then I'm doing something else where this one here will eventually, it does some other checks and things like that, but eventually it will put them into another email funnel, which is sort of my new client funnel. So it just gives them a few other blog post emails, and it just keeps trying to warm them up, keep them interested, keep them on the list, that sort of thing, you know, and gently sell. It's trying to sell still, but a lot more gentler at this stage because I've already hit them pretty hard with these emails. But once they're in this one, we basically come straight in here. We wait a day, and the reason we wait a day is because, you know, they've probably clicked on this link here and they've automatically been put in. We don't want to send them too many emails at once. And you'll see here that this trigger here is sort of segmented. So what I'm saying is I have a list that's my membership site. So I'm checking that they're not in the membership site, because if they're in the membership site, that means they've already joined up to be a member, whether that's free or paid. So I don't want to do this sales funnel if they've already joined. But then when we come down here, we still do an if else. Now, I didn't show you the if else, but we'll have a look into this one. So when we go into the if else statement here, we can pick any sort of options here. We can test anything. So this one, we're testing whether they're currently in an automation. And we're checking, are they in this automation, which is the sales funnel mixing you, which funnily enough is the previous one. So if they've clicked on the link, they get added to this other funnel, but they could still be in this one. So to prevent sending them email upon email at the same time, I'm basically doing a check here that says, are they still in the previous funnel? And if they are, which is a yes statement, I wait a day. And then I do a go to back to here. And I ask the same question. Are they in that funnel? If they are, I wait another day. Go back again. Eventually, they will exit this funnel because they will got to the bottom and they will dropped out. By that stage, I will then send them some other emails, which might be some more attractive options. Now here, I know they're interested because they clicked. So now I might be trying to sell them a little bit harder. I might be offering them a $1 trial, or here's 50% off, or something like that. And again, we're sending an email, waiting a day, sending another email, waiting a day, sending another email. I'm only doing 3 in this one. And again, we've got a goal. And it's the same sort of goal. So if they pay and join up for my membership, they automatically jump to this goal, skip the rest of the emails, they're done. Then we wait a day, we do this check again. Again, that's to add them to a different normal email funnel, and then we end the automation. So we can make these as easy or complicated as you want. And as you can see people in the funnels.